Hi guys, this is Divyansh Gupta, CAT 1900 Percentiler from IIMpact.mba. For your benefit, I have launched a free course for the CAT 2025 most probable questions. Check the link in description and enroll now for free. Hi folks, so let's start with mod functions and greatest integer functions sectional questions. Alright, so question number 1. You are given the value of y as a difference of two mods. And then we are being asked about which of the following is true of y. If I look at the options, essentially what I have been given is the range of y. What are the values that this expression y can take? What is the expression? Mod of x plus 1 minus mod of x minus 2. Now the best method to do this, which will be our method 1, is to interpret this as a difference of distance. If I plot this on x-axis, this is your minus 1, x is equal to minus 1, and this is your x is equal to 2. Now, any point which is on, this side of 2, this will be the distance from minus 1, and this will be the distance from x is equal to 2. The difference of these distances is a fixed quantity, which is 3. And it doesn't matter where this point is. It can be here, and you would write the distances like this, and the difference would still be 3. So it turns out that on the right side of 2, this function has a fixed value of 3. Same argument on the left side of minus 1 will revert this argument. Basically, the distance that you have from minus 1 and the distance that you have from 2. The difference will be 3, but it will be negative because the distance from minus 1 will be smaller. So this minus this will give you what? This length, which is minus 3. So if I remove all of these things, you are essentially looking at this as your graph. Towards the left of minus 1, you are at a value of minus 3. Towards the right of 2, you are at a value of 3. Between these two, because you are writing the differences of the distances, any point that you take, the distance will be between, minus 3 and 3. This is the least difference that you can achieve, and this is the highest difference you can achieve. So graph will look something like this. And again, this is a very common sort of expression, so we should sort of be familiar that the graph for this will look something like this. So what is the answer for this? Y ranges from minus 3 to 3. That would be option B. Now, the other method for this would be, instead of doing what we did graphically, towards the right of 2, the difference will be constant. You can break your domain like this. You can say, I will find the value of this function. I will find the expression for this function by breaking the domain. So if I take x greater than 2, the first mod will open up as x plus 1. The second mod will open up as x minus 2, and this will turn out to be equal to 3, a constant number, something which we could inherently see from the distance interpretation. You can similarly break it for this section of the domain and this section of the domain as well, and you will find that the answer will match. So the graphical approach will be the go-to here because it gives you the answer clearly. This is something you can make a mental note of, not exactly memorize, but yes, the graph will look something like this. Tilted Z with horizontal sections on the extremes. Moving on to the next question. Find the area of the region bounded by the graph mod of x minus 7 plus mod of y minus 9 is equal to 12. Now, the number one mistake that a lot of people do here, not exactly a mistake, but unnecessarily complicate for themselves, is this. If you know, you can shift a graph without changing the areas. For example, let's say I'm making this shape, and now somehow I managed to pick this x-axis and y-axis, this Cartesian plane that I have defined for myself, and if I pick it up and place it here, Does the area of the graph change? Does the area of this, square, rectangle, rhombus, whatever, you want to call this four-sided shape, does the area change? No, it will not change. The shape is still the same. It's just that our point of references have changed. So this is exactly what, you should have done in this question, which would have been the best approach, that you replace x minus 7 with capital X. You replace y minus 9 with capital Y. And you say that I want to deal with the question where I have mod of capital X plus mod of capital Y is equal to 12. Understanding that the area will be same in this interpretation of xy coordinate, or x minus 7 and y minus 9 interpretation. What we have essentially done is shifted the origin. So our definitions have changed, but the area will not change. Distances can change, but the area, it will be absolute regardless of what frame of reference you take to define the values of the points. So this becomes a question, and this is simple. Now the next step, to understand this is, mod capital X can open up as plus minus X, mod capital Y can open up as plus minus Y. So you can have all these situations. These are the signs of X and Y: plus plus, minus plus, plus minus, and minus minus. These are essentially four lines, each of which slope is 1 or minus 1. For example, this is x plus y is equal to 12. This is y minus x is equal to 12. This one is x minus y is equal to 12. And this one is minus x minus y is equal to 12. So wouldn't the graph be, in this new definition that I have made, be this line, this line, this line, and this line? The slopes being 1 and minus 1 for each. And because the lines are x plus y is equal to 12, basically the intercepts are 12 for each of these, 12 or minus 12, which means that this height is 12, this length is 12, this is 12, and this is 12. And because this is 90-degree, this is a rhombus, because the diagonals are bisecting each other at 90-degree. So what will be the area? Area of one triangle into 4. You have 4 such triangles. So the answer will be 4 into half. What will be the area? Base into height, 12 into 12. So this will give you 2 into 144, which is 288. That will be your answer for this. Moving on to the next question. So if x satisfies the inequality, you have mods, for 3 different points. Which of the following options best describes the range of values that x can assume? So let us, again, my approach. I will always think of mod from a graphical perspective. So let me make the graph. I have points 1, 2, and 3. These are sum of distances from x is equal to 1, x is equal to 2, and x is equal to 3. Uh, this has to be less than equal to 6. So the couple of observations that I can make immediately is, number one, between x is equal to 1 and 3, these two sums are constant, because the sum of distances would be what? It will be the distance between 3 and 1, which is 2. So the sum of the first and the last term will be fixed here. This value mod x minus 2 is getting added to it, and let's discuss only for this x is equal to 1 to 3 range. This mod x minus 2 is getting added to a value of 2. This is going to be 0 at x is equal to 2, and then it will shift linearly upwards with a slope of 45-degree, like this. After this, term 1, term 2, term 3, each of these will increase if you go towards this side or you go towards this side. So the shape will look something like this. So I want this to be less than equal to 6. The second observation that I can make is, because I have mod like this, where each point that I have taken the distance from, they are equidistant from each other. They are in AP essentially, which means that the graph will be symmetrical around the central term. And that is something we have also drawn. So a graph is symmetrical around this. So I can find just for one direction, and for the second direction I'll just subtract from 2 to get this point. So we are saying this should be less than equal to 6. let's check what is this value. I'll put x is equal to 3. I'll get 3 minus 1, that is 2, plus 3 minus 2, that is 1, plus 3 minus 3, which is 3. So it is less than 6. So I want to check at what value of x will I reach 6. That will be my extreme. So I want to find this value where I'm putting y as 6, and I want to find what is this x coordinate. So clearly it is lying in this section, which means all three of my mods will open up as positive. So I'll have x minus 1 plus x minus 2 plus x minus 3 is equal to 6. This will give me 3x minus 6 is equal to 6, or x is equal to 4. So this value is going to be 4. The difference here is 2, which means the value on the other side, which will yield me the same value, will also be at a distance of 2, which will be 0. So this becomes my range or rather, this becomes the acceptable values of x for which this inequality is satisfied. So my answer will be option number C. All right, moving on. So the next question is, in the xy coordinate, the area of the region bounded by the relation mod x plus mod of x plus y is equal to 6. Again, because they are asking for the area, I might as well just draw the graph. Now, this one is a bit, uh, tricky to understand. Uh, x plus y is something that I have to open. I have to understand if x plus y is going to be positive or negative. So I will make the line x plus y is equal to 0, which will be something like this. Above this, x plus y is going to be positive. Below this, x plus y is going to be negative. So above this, your function will open up as x plus y. Below this, your function will open up as minus of x plus y, because it would have been negative. Uh, Clear? So in this region, your x will open up as minus x, because you have mod x, and your x is negative here, so you will open up as minus x. So minus x plus y is equal to 6 is the function for region 1, which will give you y is equal to 6. So let's make that line y is equal to 6. Now in this region, in region number 2, you will have mod x opening up as x only, and x plus y mod opening up as x plus y itself. Both of these are positive essentially, so the mod function will just vanish, it will not get activated. So you will have 2x plus y is equal to 6. This is a line y is equal to minus 2x plus 6, a slope of minus 2, and so it will start from here and it will keep on going downwards. All right. Let's talk about, and it will keep on going downwards. And ठीक है, maybe the slope that I have made, it's a bit deceiving. It's looking like minus one slope. It will be something like this, right? So this is done for your region number 2. Let's also then quickly move on to region number 3. What will you have here? Your mod x will open up as minus x, and your x plus y mod will open up as minus of x plus y. So this whole thing should give me 6, or I am getting, minus 2x minus y is equal to 6, or y is equal to minus 2x minus 6. So again, a line of slope minus 2. It will start from here. Yes, and it will keep on going till this point. And now finally to your region number 4. It should be clear that, it will be a straight line to connect to, this region. You can also check in region number 4, your mod x will open up as x because x is positive, and mod x plus y will open up as minus x plus y. So this sum is given to me as 6. So x will cancel and you will get y is equal to minus 6. So this is essentially what? This is a parallelogram. You have these two lines of slope minus 2, and you have this, you know, uh, of 6 and 6. So essentially, this is the shape for which I have to find the area. So you can use base into height. You will see that the height here is 12, and the base that I will consider is going to be this one. So now I have to find what essentially is this point. So the equation that I had gotten was y is equal to minus 2x plus 6. I want to see what is the x value when this entire thing is equal to minus 6. So I will get x is equal to 12 by 2, that is 6. So this is 6. So your answer will be 12 into 6, which is 72. All right, moving on to the next question. Okay, so we have e is equal to mod of 5 terms getting added, and we are being asked for how many integral values of x is e less than 54. Again, the worst way to do this would be to break your domain into places using which you will open the mods. You cannot open 5 separate mods in an examination which expects you to solve questions in 2 minutes. So something smarter has to be done. What exactly it will be, let us observe. You have point 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. First of all, we are doing sum of distances. That much is clear. Secondly, the distances are being taken from points which are separated, from each other with the same distance of 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, which means that your graph will be symmetrical around x is equal to 2. So let us put x is equal to 2. Let's find what the value will be. You will get 2 plus 1 plus 0 plus minus 1 mod, that is 1, plus minus 2 mod, that is 2. You will get 2 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2, which is 6. So this is going to be 6. Now the third observation is going to be on the extreme side of 4. If I go towards the right of 4, all of these will keep on increasing, right? So whatever value I take at 4, after that my values will keep on increasing. Same argument for towards the left of 0. So whatever value that I take for 0, after before that I will keep on increasing. If I go towards the left, I will keep on increasing. So I already have a makeshift graph ready for me. uh, Final observation is, as you cross a critical point when you travel in the x direction, one of the mod will switch sign. So for example, when you cross 1, this mod x minus 1 will switch from 1 minus x to x minus 1. So you have a negative slope here, and then eventually you end up at a positive slope. So graph would have been something like, it shifted here, then it shifted here, then finally you started increasing and going up here. So this is what your graph is going to be. Honestly, this much is not needed, because once you calculate the value at x is equal to 4 and 0, you will realize that the value will be 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, which is 10. So this is 10. This line is 10. So now obviously, you know, if this is the lowest point that we have, which we have established by making the extremes, then we don't really care what is happening in between, right? Because we have the understanding that it will keep on decreasing until here. It's not going to be something like that it shifts here. There's no double mod to make this happen. So we have this graph ready. Now we only need to find the value of x, which gives you 54. Now obviously it is going to lie on this angle because, on this length, because between 0 to 4, the maximum you are being able to take is 10. So on this section, all of these mods will open up as positive. So E will turn out to be 5x minus 10. This is equal to 54, or x is equal to 64 by 5, which is 12 point something, let's say 12.8. Right, 64 by 5. Right. So the integer values that you can take, let's say at x is equal to 12.8, you are taking a value of 54. So all integers before this until 2 are allowed. So you are getting how many integers here? So, from 12 to 2. So you will have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. A total of 3, 3, 3, 10 integers here. Because the graph is symmetrical, you will also get 10 integers here. Whatever this value is, I don't need to find this value. I know that I will get 10 integers here, and you will have 2 also in your answer. So you will have 10 plus 10 plus 1, that is 21 integers as your answer. So while explaining, it seems like a lot is happening, but if you realize that the number 54 is too high, this really becomes a very fast question. You can directly start from here, knowing that it is symmetrical around 2. So you will find the number of points this side, you will double them and then add for 2. So your answer is 21 for question number 5. Let us proceed further. Area of the graph enclosed by curves fx and gx. So one observation immediately that I am seeing is that fx and gx are negative of each other. So I'll just make one and I will flip it across x-axis to find the other one. So I only need to draw the graph for fx, right? So first let's start with x minus 1. So y is equal to x minus 1 would have looked something like this, you know, at x is equal to 0, intercept of minus 1 and a slope of positive. Now because this is mod, the graph would actually be something like this. So this much has been made. Now I only have to shift this downwards by 1 unit. So the final graph of fx that I will be getting is this one. I'm running out of pens, so I will use something very colorful here. This is the graph that you are going to get for fx. So if I remove everything else, now g of x is going to be what? It's going to be the invert of it. So it's going to look something like this. So I only have to find the area of this shape. Now I know that this height is 1, which means this is 1, this is 1, all 45 degrees, right? So so the area of one triangle will be what? 1 into 1 into 1 by 2. And there are 4 such triangles. So the area will turn out to be 2 units. So your answer for question number 6 will be 2. Moving on. Mod p is greater than equal to 1. What is the area of the region bounded by the lines? Mod x is equal to mod p. X minus y is equal to 0 and the x-axis. Again, area has been asked. I must draw the graph. X minus y is equal to 0. It's going to be a straight line like this, passing through the origin. So let me maybe mark this with red so that we don't confuse. Now, x-axis is also part of the, boundaries that we are going to look at. Secondly, we have this mod x is equal to mod p. This would mean x is equal to p or x is equal to minus p, right? So let me just take this. This is, let's say, p, and let's say this is minus p. So this triangle area and this triangle area is essentially what I have to find, the sum of these two areas. So this distance is p, the slope is 45 degrees. So this is also going to be p, isosceles right triangle. So this triangle's area is going to be p into p by 2, which is also going to be same here because this would be minus p. So basically the mod would be p. I am assuming p to be positive. So same triangle being made just on the flip side of things. So this entire thing into 2. So your answer will be p square. All right, moving on. All right, this is a very fun question. Mod of x minus 3 into y square plus 4 into 1 minus x, let me write it like this, is less than 0. Which of the following is definitely true? Now you can go through the options, right, and you can try to decide. Now tell me this. This product is supposed to be negative. Will this be ever negative? No, it's a mod function. This is always going to be positive. So do I even need to consider this? No. Want to find something which is negative. Now I have y square plus 4 times 1 minus x. Y square is always going to be positive, which means that the thing that I am adding to y square has to be negative, and it has to be so negative that the sum turns out to be negative itself, which means that 1 minus x has to be negative. And when is that possible? When x is greater than 1. Your answer is option number D. So, a lot of people try and make a quadratic here, they don't observe that y square minus 4x is there, not y square minus 4y. So, this mod and y square is irrelevant to the question. The only thing we need to focus on is 4 minus 4x. Moving on to the next question. Find the range of y if 2y minus 3 mod is less than equal to 11. So the reason this question is kept here is because the coefficient of y has changed. It is not 1. So the distance philosophy that we use, it has to be modified. So I have 2y minus 3 mod is less than is equal to 11. If I divide both sides by 2, I will get y minus 3 by 2 mod should be less than equal to 11 by 2. Now, this can be used for the distance interpretation. Distance from the point 3 by 2. And again, y is written, x is written, doesn't matter. It's just a, naming convention. We don't care about that. So the distance from 3 by 2 should be, less than or equal to 11 by 2. So either this side or this side. So this would be 11 by 2 plus 3 by 2, that is 14 by 2, that is 7. This point will be 7. And this point will be 3 by 2 minus 11 by 2, which is going to be minus 8 by 2, that is minus 4. So your y value has to lie between minus 4 and 7. And because you have equality, you will, you know, put a square bracket here. All right, moving on. Which of the following functions best describes the graph shown? Now, honestly speaking, the best way to do this question actually is that just put values in the options. You know, you can solve this and I will show you the method, but maybe the best way is that you start putting values. Maybe you put minus 2 comma 0. You have 1 comma minus 1, minus 1 comma minus 1, 0 comma 0, 2 comma 0. You have 5 points given to you and you can start putting these in the options and eliminate those. And that is probably the best approach here. Uh, However, because we have covered this in the theory part as well, I will discuss the honest approach as well. Your function, has been inverted. So double mod is going to be there. Think of it like this. A mod function was brought down to make it something like this. Then it was modded again to convert it to something like this. The negative section is getting flipped over, right? And this thing was further shifted downwards. So the shift downward we can calculate, right? This will be the shift, which will also be the shift of this point from x-axis. That shift is given to us as 1 here. Your y coordinate for these two minima points is -1, which means that the shift downwards is of a unit 1, which means this -2 and this -2 is irrelevant. It is not correct. So your answer will be either from option B or from option C. Now the only thing we need to understand now is what is going to be subtracted from the inside. Is it going to be mod x minus 2 or is it going to be mod x minus 1? And how will we decide that? So, you know, we have to consider this green graph again that we were looking at. So maybe I will make it again because, we have a mod x thing. So we have to pass through origin. So it will look something like this. Let's say this was your mod x graph. Now, if I shift this down by 1 unit, I will get something like this. Sorry. All right. Sorry. I will get something like this. This will be modded again to get me something like this. So whatever is the dip here is going to be the dip here. And this dip is going to be brought down by how much units? 1 units, which we have already discussed, which means that this dip is 1 and then this has to be 1 also. So the inside one will also be -1. So your answer will be option number C. All things considered, if you can do it like this, congratulations. But in a question where options are given to you, you have 5 points, easy points, for a fact, you might as well put those in the options and get your answer. That probably would be the better approach in this particular question. All right, moving on. the number of real solutions of the equation x square minus 8 mod x minus 48 is equal to 0. You have two choices. You can assume x is greater than 0, write the quadratic x square minus 8x minus 48, or you can assume x is less than 0 and write x square plus 8x minus 48 is equal to 0. You solve two separate quadratics, you find your answers, then check it back again and again. The better approach will be that you convert x square. You write this as mod x whole square minus 8 mod x minus 48 is equal to 0. You now write mod x is equal to y. The constraint inbuilt is now that y is going to be greater than equal to 0. So you have y square minus 8y minus 48 is equal to 0. Now for this I will find the roots. Y is equal to 8 plus minus under root 8 square 64 plus 4 into 48 divided by 2. Now it is very clear that 64 plus something and then I'm taking under root. This whole thing will be uh, greater than 8. So 8 minus something greater than 8 will give me a negative y, which is not allowed. So the only value of y that I will have is 8 plus whatever this under root is divided by 2. And x was what? Mod x was is equal to this. So x can take both the values, positive of this and the negative of this. So you will have two values of x, satisfying this particular, equation. So your answer will be B. Moving on. How many values of x satisfy the equation? All right, we have three mods. So let's see how to tackle this. I have 3x minus 9 mod minus 6 mod minus 3 mod is equal to 0. First of all, I'll get rid of the 3. I will write it as mod x minus 3 minus 2 minus 1 is equal to 0. Now you essentially have two choices. You can make the graph, right? You can make the graph, or you can start opening it, one by one, by assuming if this thing is positive. So all right, I mean this thing is supposed to be 0. So this one you can open as it is, but after that, once you get to this part, that mod double mod x minus 3 minus 2 mod is equal to 1, then you will have to open it up as either plus or minus. It's going to take a lot of work. Let's see if the graph approach is any better. You can do it like this. Let's see if the graph approach is better. So I have mod of x minus 3. Now mod of x minus 3 is going to look something like this. Now I am going to shift it down by 2 units. So the new graph that I have is going to be something like this. Because this is 3 units, I'm shifting by 2. So I will not cross the x-axis. Sorry, I will not cross the origin. I will cross something like this. All right. So this point is going to be 1. And this point is going to be uh, 3 plus 2. That is 5. And this is 3. All right, that is correct. And this is minus 2. All right, now this is going to get modded. So this will shift. So the new graph that I get is going to be something like this. Now this entire thing is going to get shifted by 1 units downwards. So, this entire thing is going to get shifted 1 units downwards. So the height that I have taken is 2. So if I draw it separately, or maybe let me draw it here only. So this graph is now going to look something like, now I will pass through origin because this is 1, so this is 1. So 1 unit down. So I am going to go something like this. 1 unit down, then 1 unit here, then 1 unit here, and then something like this. Now I'm going to take a mod again. So the final graph that I land at is going to be this, then this, then this, then this, and then this. So how many values are there where this value is 0? 1, 2, 3, 4. So your answer will be 4 for question number 12. Honestly, I mean, uh, either approach is fine. This was okay. It's just that because I had to retain the previous graph for an explanation perspective, that it looks messy, but otherwise it could have been done very fast. In an examination setting, I would have, not retained the previous graphs. I would have done a lot of work mentally, which is something I encourage you to also do. So I would probably lean more towards the graphical method than opening this step by step. Now, next question. The highest power of 2 that would perfectly divide the product of the set of integers that obey the system of inequalities, mod of x minus 30 less than equal to mod of x minus 50 less than equal to mod of x. Now, the worst way to do this is to square both sides and get rid of mods, deal with two separate inequalities, a method which is, something people who take 3 4 minutes per question use. We are not that. We are going to be smarter. So, what we are going to do, we are going to draw the graph. I have x is equal to 0, I have x is equal to 30, and I have x is equal to 50. The graph of mod x is going to be something like this. The graph of mod x minus 30 is going to be something like this. And the graph of mod x minus 50 is going to be something like this. Now, I want x minus 30 to be, at the lowest, below both mod x and mod x minus 50. So, this is the section that I am interested at, because apart from this, on this section or this section, x minus 30 is not the lowest. Now, between these sections that I can see now, I want where mod x is the greatest and mod x minus 50 is in between. That seems to me to be this section. So this is mod x, then this is mod x minus 50, and then this entire thing is mod x minus 30. This section is going to be my answer. I just have to find these points. This is 0, this is 50, which means this point is half of the sum of these two, that is 25. Secondly, now I have to find this point. This is 30, this is 50, so this point is going to be half of the sum of this, that is 40. Uh, so basically I have 25, 26, 27, 12, 40, and I have to find the highest power of 2 which will divide these. So I mean, it's clear. First I will find the highest power of 2. So because the numbers are less, you might as well just count 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, and 40. So you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 1, this is multiple of 2, so you will get 2 here, then you will get 1 2 here, then this is 32, so this is 2 to the power 4, so you will get 4, sorry, 2 to the power 5, so you'll get 5 twos here, then you will get 1 here, then you will get 2 here, it's divisible by 4, then 1 here, and then finally 3 here. So your answer will be 9 plus 1 10 and 16. So your answer will be 16 for this. Honestly, you might as well have just found 40 by 2 plus 20 by 2 plus 10 by 2 plus 5 by 2 plus 2 by 2, and basically find the highest power of 2 till 40, and then find the highest power of 2 till 25 and subtract those, you would have landed at 16 itself. So either way, that is not the point of the question, finding the highest power of 2. This particular finding the section that we are interested in, what are the values of x, is what we are interested at. So you will get 2 to the power 16 as your answer. All right, moving on to the next question. Product of the distinct roots of mod x minus 12 is equal to x plus 3. Now, generally, I would love to draw the graph here, right? But this is a quadratic, this is a linear. I will have to equate and then solve. Uh, so making the graph does not seem to be very, rewarding on the get-go. Let me just see if this quadratic has something for me, which it does. This is easily factorized as x minus 4 into x plus 3 mod is equal to x plus 3. So obviously x is equal to minus 3 is going to be a root, right? Because this entire thing will become 0 and this will become 0. So apart from that, let me write this as mod of x minus 4, and let me write this as mod of x plus 3. I can do that. Mod of this, I can separate this, and this is x plus 3. So what I will actually be landing up at is mod of x minus 4 is equal to x plus 3 divided by mod of x plus 3. This thing can be either 1 or minus 1. right? When will it be minus 1? When x plus 3 is negative. When it is negative, obviously that can't be part of my answer because I have a mod sitting here. So I need, you know, this side to be positive. So, which means that my x has to be greater than minus 3. So I will get mod of x minus 4 is equal to 1, which will give me x minus 4 is equal to 1, or x minus 4 is equal to minus 1, which will give me x is equal to 5, or x is equal to 4 minus 1, 3. So I have answers 5, 3, and minus 3 already was a root. So my answer will be 5 into 3 into minus 3, which is minus 45. So your answer for question number 14 will be B. All right. Find the product of the distinct roots of the equation x square minus 6 quadratic is equal to r, where the integer r is such that the equation has exactly three distinct roots. So this is something which is very fun to discuss. Whatever quadratic you have, let's say it is something like this. I'm not even drawing it to scale. If you convert the mod, the only place where you will have three roots for something like this is when your r passes through the point of maxima here, like this. All right. So all I need to do is I need to find what this value of r is going to be, and that is simple. If I find what the minimum value of the function is, I can just invert it and find the value of r. So the minimum value of the function will be at minus b by 2a. Half of the sum of the roots. So that is going to be 6 by 2 into 1, that is 3. So the minimum value will be 3 square minus 6 into 3 minus 12. So 9 minus 30 or minus 21. So this is minus 21 or this is 21. This point itself, again, we found as x is equal to 3 minus b by 2a. So I just need to find this point, and this point will be at the same distance from this point. Again, symmetry for the win. Uh, so because at this section, this quadratic itself is going to be positive, so I don't need to deal with the mod. I will say x square minus 6x minus 12 is equal to 21. So what is the root for this? So x square minus 6x minus 33 is equal to 0. This is the quadratic that I am going to be solving. So you can find the roots for this as x is equal to 6 plus minus under root 36 plus 4 into 33, which is going to be 132, right? Divided by uh, 2. So 1 will be 6 plus, or rather, I mean, you actually don't need to find individual roots. So one root will be alpha, which will be this. The other root will be beta, which will be this. So the product of the roots already is given to you as minus 33. I don't really need to find the, root. So the three roots are 3, and the other two roots product is minus 33. So your answer will be minus 33 into 3, which is going to be minus 99. You don't really need to find the individual values of the roots. So that's an oversight on my part. You can find the values, but again, not really required. So the answer will be D for this question. All right, let R be set of the points in the xy plane such that mod x plus mod y is equal to 4, mod x greater than equal to 1, mod y greater than equal to 1. So we need to find the area for this. So we will draw the graph. Again, mod x plus mod y is equal to 4. X can open up as plus minus and y can open up as plus minus. So you can have the other combination as well, you know. So these four combinations are possible, which means that they will make these four lines, which are hitting at minus 4, 4, 4, and minus 4. You will get a kite shape. This is something you should probably, again, commit to memory. Obviously, understand it, but commit to memory. When you have something like this, your mods will open according to the quadrant you are present in. Something we made use of in the previous question, somewhere up also. Now you have mod x greater than equal to 1. So it will look something like this, right? And you have mod y greater than equal to 1. So it will look something like this. So you will essentially have this and this area, this and this area, this and this area, and this and this area. So basically this triangle, this triangle, and this triangle. These are the areas that I have to find. One area I can find and multiply it by 4, obviously through symmetry. All four of these are symmetrical to each other, so only one area is required from me. This point is 1, this height is 1, so this point is going to be what? Uh, no, 1 comma 1. Now, obviously, because this line is x plus y is equal to 4, and x is 1 here, so this height is going to be 3. So this total height is going to be 3, right? So the distance between these 2 points is 2, and because the slope is 45, this is also going to be 2. So your triangle essentially is 2 comma 2 and 2, 2 height, 2 base. So your area for this will be half into 2 into 2, and you have 4 such triangles. So your area will be 4 into 4 by 2, that is going to be 8. So your answer is going to be 8. All right, next question. Uh, you have a sequence of natural numbers given to you. You are applying the greatest integer function on this. The approach is simple. We'll break this. Bn be the largest integer not exceeding the cube root of n. So you will have 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 will move to the next line. So for 1, you will get b1 as 1. It's the largest integer not exceeding the cube root of 1. Now cube root of 2, cube root of 3, cube root of 4, all of this will be 1 point something something something. So all of this will also have 1. So you essentially have 7 into 1. Now 8 to 27, or rather 26, you will get value of 2 each. Now how many such numbers are there? 26 minus 8 plus 1. So that is 27 minus 8, that is 19. Right? And you also have 27, and cube root of 27 is 3, so you'll get 1 3 as well. So your answer will be 7 plus 19 into 2 38 plus 3. So that is going to be 48. Again, this is a sequence sort of question hidden in greatest integer function. The idea is you will have to break your sequence into numbers like this. So cube root of 2 is going to be 1 point something. Cube root of 7 is also going to be 1 point something. So all of these will give you a value of 1. So there are 7 such numbers. Cube root of 8 will become 2. So from this line, from 8 onwards, you will get 2 as your answer until 26, because 27 will give you 3. All right, moving on to the next question. Mod y is equal to mod x plus 2 minus 3. Area enclosed by the line drawn using the equation and the lines. So I will have to first make the graph. So x is equal to minus 2. This is going to be something like this. Slope is 45. So this is entire thing is 2. Now I'm shifting my graph downwards by a height of by height of 3, which is where this 3 is coming from. So I will go here. Uh, I will pass through. So 2 becomes minus 1. And I will pass through something like this. So this is, I can now, delete my original graph. Yeah, this is minus 2, right? Uh, and this height is, sorry. And because this height is 3, so this length is going to be 3. So this is minus 5 and this is 1. I think that is enough for this graph. Let's discuss the other lines. X is equal to minus 2. So wonderful. This is the one border line that we are talking about. X is equal to 0. So that is this line, and y is equal to 0. So this is the shape that I am getting, which is a trapezium. The distance between the two lines is 2 units. This height is 3 and this is 1. So the trapezium distance is area is what? Half into sum of the parallel sides, that is 3 plus 1, into the distance between them. So your answer will become 4 into 2 by 2, which is 4. So option P. Moving on. Fx is equal to maximum of this, r1 be the smaller root of the equation, fx is equal to 7 by 2, and r2 be its largest root. What is the value of now this looks intimidating. But because again, now the call to make the graph, right? I have to find max between two functions where one itself is going to behave differently by domain. So I might as well just, draw it, for my sake. So this is x square minus 9, right? So the function would have been something like this, but this will invert when I apply the mod part. So let me just remove this. So this is the function of mod of x square minus 9. Let me make the function of 3, the graph of 3x plus 9. Uh, it will be 0 when x is equal to minus 3. So that point is common here. The slope is going to be positive. And at x is equal to 0, my value is going to be 9, which is going to be this value. Because when I inverted at x is equal to 0, mod of x square minus 9 will also taking a value of 9. So this is going to be my function. So the actual, f of x graph is going to be, because it's the max of these two, so this is part of f of x. Then it will shift to this, and then it will shift to this, and then it will shift back to the quadratic. So this zigzag line is, what we are looking for. Now clearly 7 by 2 will lie somewhere here, and both of these values are going to lie with the x square minus 9 mod function. So one of them is going to be on this section, which is 9 minus x square, and the other root, the larger root, is going to be on x square minus 9. So just equate this. Equal to 7 by 2 is equal to 7 by 2. So the larger root turns out to be x is equal to 9 plus 7 by 2, that is going to be 18 plus 7, 25 by 2 under root, that is 5 by root 2, that is your larger root, and your smaller root will be x square is equal to 9 minus 7 by 2. So that is 18 minus 7, 11 by 2 under root, that is root 11 by root 2. So this is your R2, this is your R1. So see how drawing the graph made it very easy for me, exactly the roots. Otherwise it would have been a bit complicated. So let's find the function. You have R1 plus R2 into root 3 by root 11. So R1 is 5 by root 2. This, sorry, this one will be R1 because all of these are negatives, right? On the negative direction. So minus 5 by root 2 plus minus root 11 by root 2 into root 3 by root 11. So root 11 cancel. Minus 1 by root 2 I will take common, and I'll get the answer is minus 1 by root 2 into 5 plus root of 3. So that is going to be option B. All right, moving on. All right. So we have to find the area of the figure bounded by x-axis line y is equal to 7, and this mod function. I will first make the x-axis, x and y axis. Now I will mark the points, mark the lines which are going to be important. One of them is x-axis because it's given as one of the y boundary. Then I will have y is equal to 7. It is one of the boundary. Then I'll make for this y is equal to x. So that is a slope one line, and y is equal to 4. So these two lines I will make. Now I will break it into areas 1, 2, 3 and 4. So in area 1, because it's on this side, y minus x mod will open up as y minus x only. Let's do this with black. Y minus x, and y minus 4 mod will also open up as positive only. So minus y minus 4 is equal to 6. Y will cancel. I will get x is equal to minus 2. So I'm looking at something here. All right, so far this is the shape that I have got for myself. All right. Now let's talk about region number two. Because it's uh, below this line, y minus x mod will open up as x minus y, and because it is above the y is equal to 4 line, it's going to open up as y minus 4 only. This is equal to 6. This will give you x minus 2y plus 4 is equal to 6, or x minus 2y is equal to 2. Now if I put y is equal to 7, I will get x is equal to 16. So this is going to continue till x is equal to 16, right? After before that, it's going to be a line of slope 1 by 2. So if I take it to this point, y is equal to 4, x will turn out to be 10. So this is x is equal to 10. Uh, Now let's go for region number 3. Mod of y minus x will open up as x minus y, and mod of y minus 4 will open up as 4 minus y. This is equal to 6. I will get x is equal to 10. So now my borders will become like this. Now all I need to find is the graph for region number 4, which is this region. So mod y minus x will open up as y minus x only, and y minus 4 will open up as 4 minus y, because it is below the y is equal to 4 line. So 4 minus y is equal to 6. So this will give me 2y minus x is equal to 10. So if I put y is equal to 0, I'll get x is equal to minus 10. So this is here, and this is minus 2. So this will go like this. So this is my shape. I will now divide it into areas. Now this is going to be 10 plus 2, that is 12 into 7. So 12 into 7. This thing is 4, this is 8, right? So plus 8 into 4 by 2, plus this thing is going to be 6, 16 minus 10, and this height is 3. So plus 6 into 3 by 2. That is 84 plus 16 plus 9. That is 109. So the answer will be 109. Option number D. All right, folks. So the next question, minimum value of mod x plus 5 plus mod x plus 10 till mod of x plus 5k. K is the largest two-digit number divisible by 2, 3, 4, and 5. So first I have to find k. It will be related to the LCM of 3, 4, and 5. 2 is a factor of 4, so I can ignore that. LCM of 3, 4, 5 is 60. Uh, and the next multiple of 60 is 60 into 2, that is 120, so that is not going to be the answer. K has to be 60, which means I have f of x is equal to mod of x plus mod of x plus 5 till mod of x plus 300. Now couple of ways to look at this. uh, you know Each mod term is separated by itself by a distance of 5. The terms, the distance, or rather the points that I'm taking from which, the distances are being added to, are, spaced equally, which means that this is going to be a symmetrical function, which means that the minimum will occur at the central term. This is term number 1. This is term number 61. So, the central term is going to be term number, that you can find the central term, and that is going to give me the answer. If I put that as 0, that is option number 1. Uh, this is x plus 300, this is x. So, the central term is going to be x plus 150. Right? So if I put x is equal to minus 150, make this 0, I should get my answer. The other thing is, when I will be doing this, this will be 0. Uh, this sum is going to be 300. This sum of mod of x plus 5 and x plus 290, 5. This mod sum is going to be 290. So essentially, I'm getting sum from 10 plus 20 plus 30, 0 plus 10 plus 30 till 300. This is going to be the minimum value. So I will probably prefer this. So this is 10 into 1 plus 2 plus 3 till 30. So this sum is going to be 31 into 30 by 2 into 10. So that is, uh, 93 100 divided by 2, or 4650. So your answer is going to be 4650. You can go by either approach. You can put x is equal to minus 150. That will eventually land you with this observation only. That the minimum will occur at a point which is at x is equal to 150, where these sums, you know, uh, terms equal distant from the center, their sums is constant. So your answer for this is 4650.